Welcome to the For Listeners program. Welcome aboard, everybody. Thanks for checking us out this week. What up, everybody? I'm Spear, and on the mics with me this week is the Z-Man. What is up, Z?
Now we're Anthrax, and we take no shit, and we don't care for write-in hits. Sound you hear is what we like. I'll steal your pop-tarts, all your socks.
Socks.
I'm not a very good rapper.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
It's hard, man. It's hard to get all those words out.
Oh, God. On the other mic is the mighty Ganthor. What is up, Ganthor?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm tired.
Why are you tired, man?
I'm tired. I don't know.
Are you sick and tired or just tired?
I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued.
Physically or mentally?
Just physically. Just fatigued. I don't know why. It's not like I'm in a great mood. It's not like some sort of malaise that's taken over my body. I love that word, by the way, malaise. I don't have a malaise. I'm just tired.
Me of mayonnaise.
I'm just tired. That's all.
I like the word blasé.
Blasé. I like that word too.
Yeah.
I like that. So we can't come up with one topic tonight. We're going to do three. It's going to be a cornucopia. No, what is it? A plethora. No, that's not right because it's only three.
What's the smattering?
A smattering. That's not bad. A smattering of topics. Host choice. Z-Man, you get to start. What's up?
Commercial toilet paper.
Here we go.
Wait, you mean toilet paper used in commercial settings?
Right, like bathroom toilet paper for work and like airports and whatever.
Okay, speak your mind there, Z-Man.
All right. So somehow in the last,
what is it about us that we always come back to fucking bathrooms? Like, what is this?
You want to know? Because I mean, how much time are you spending in the bathroom?
Probably not as much as you, but go for it. What do you got going on?
So somehow in the last month, while I've been on vacation, my office has changed toilet paper dispensers and paper towel dispensers for reasons unknown. And the thing I just found out today is that there is now, when you're done the toilet paper roll, there's no more tube. Somehow, without me knowing, they have invented new technology that is now toilet paper without a tube.
Yeah, they eliminated the cardboard thing, presumably as a cost-saving measure.
Well, that as well as you can put more toilet paper in the roll, because now there's not that dead void in the middle. Like,
yeah,
this is fascinating. My mind was blown when I saw this thing.
I don't see that as a motivation for more toilet. I think it's a cost-saving measure because I'm sure if you do the math for how much does all this cardboard cost us, it probably amounts to a non-trivial sum.
I don't know. I thought we were at the pinnacle of toilet paper technology, and
peak toilet paper.
Where we meet, yeah.
Paper, and there's still innovations going on. Kimberly Clark, I don't know how you did it, but you have made me. You made my you excited me in the bathroom. Let's put it that way.
Whoa, way!
I was excited in the bathroom by my realization that toilet paper could be done this way. I took a picture of it.
Did you really?
I did. I'll post it.
Holy shit, Z!
There was a little thing. It's just this. It's fascinating. I kind of kept on wanting to use the toilet paper. I just wanted to see what that final sheet looked like. I mean, the final sheet can't be usable, right? I mean, it's going to be like it's going to be all circled up.
I imagine it would be pretty stiff, several layers, right? I imagine it's glued together towards the end.
Oh, it probably is. So yeah, it's got to get some kind of rigidity there.
Yeah,
you're right. Oh my god, I want to do it now. I'm just going to fucking I'm going to flush the end of the toilet paper roll and just let the thing keep going. Just see the end.
Oh my god.
You actually like this thing?
I don't know if I like it or not. I was dumbfounded that there's that
there's research and development in toilet paper.
Yeah. I didn't think a big TP was still doing R&D.
The big TP. Holy shit.
See, I think the Nobel Prize for toilet paper is going to come around when they figure out how to do wet sanitary toilet paper that doesn't fuck up your septic system or your plumbing.
Yeah, that'll be very impressive. Because I would like a little baby wipe.
Right, because people have made the joke a long time. If you get dog crap on your hands, you're not going to wipe it off with a paper towel and be like clean.
Yep.
You're going to use soap or some sort of liquid disinfectant to clean that off. Why do you not do the same for your butt?
It's because I don't eat with my butt.
No, but I mean, your butt, there's a smell associated with poop getting smeared on stuff that you have to kind of wipe away and eliminate, right?
I agree. That's why I always I like to do in the morning poop so I can do a quick shower.
I'm still stuck on big TP and like peak toilet paper. Like I don't know if I would have given this any kind of notice whatsoever.
No?
I don't think so.
You wouldn't notice when the paper towels or the toilet paper dispensers were changed in your bathrooms?
I don't look. I mean, it's either...
But it was a total. But it wasn't even just it wasn't different toilet paper. It was a totally different dispenser.
I don't care. Who cares? I can't. What's astonishing to me about this entire story isn't the technology in the toilet paper roll. It's how A, you noticed, B, you took a picture, and C, it flipped you out to the point that you're so excited about it.
These are things that I concern myself with. When you're spending that much time in the bathroom,
oh my
efficiency
goodness.
changes like that. Wait, you wouldn't notice if they put like a Dyson blade in?
Oh, those things are the worst, dude.
Yeah, I was a big fan of them. Now I hate them.
They're too narrow. I used one the other day that reflected the air because of the thing to catch the water, whatever, right up into your face. So now all the TV
nasty
germs that have been washed off by whatever miscreant who actually washed his hands before you are now in your lungs. Congratulations.
What about the quality of the toilet paper at your office?
It's scratchy.
Yeah.
Dude, it's terrible everywhere. I defy you to find me a company that has quality toilet paper. Can't be
It's
done.
not. Yeah, it's too expensive.
No, so I'm with you guys. The technology needs to advance itself to the point where we can get like the squeezable Charmin. Yeah, put that on one of those roll-less type of TP things. Put that stuff on there. Then you can. Then I'm in. Then I'm excited. I'm excited at that. If that toilet paper touches my butt and I go, ooh, then I'll get excited. Soft on my butthole. That would excite me. That would excite me. That would excite me in the bathroom. Otherwise, I don't get excited in the bathroom.
All right. Hey, these are things I noticed. I was very excited about it.
Ganthor, you get excited like this in the bathroom? You see like an innovation of this sort, you get excited about it?
I wouldn't say I get excited, but I certainly judge and admire or respect certain decisions and criticize and hate others.
So there's a level of appreciation for it for you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm the asshole then that doesn't find any of this technology or this innovation in the men's room fascinating. I'm the asshole then. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you where we need some innovation. We need it with remote controls.
What's wrong with remote controls?
I have three of them. I have three remote controls, and the Nirvana is the universal remote control.
Right.
Right, but I can't seem to find one that will do everything that I need it to do. And then, God forbid, the batteries ever fall out of the fucking thing. Then I have to I got to reprogram everything, or I get a new cable box. I got to figure out how to fucking reprogram for that. It's a pain in my nutsack. How is it that we haven't just gotten to the point where you register a device with your remote control and then it just gets it? I don't care what technology you have to use, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, whatever the fuck. How has this not happened yet?
It's almost there, right? I mean, I can. I was programming my TV, and I was able to tell it like I was using this Comcast box and this, and the remote just started working.
How long ago was this?
Fairly recent.
Yeah, so maybe it's because I remember the last time I tried dealing with one of these things before I finally got fed up and I threw it against the wall. I'm not joking. I literally had to have the two remote controls pointing at each other so that they could read the infrared.
Yeah.
And then half the buttons didn't work.
Well, half the buttons never do anything ananyway. Like, what the hell do those red, green, and blue buttons do?
Oh, on like a Blu-ray remote?
Why are they even there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was like you never, like I could never get like a fully functional universal remote that did everything that the actual remote did.
Well, are you getting the cheap, shitty ones, or are you getting like those, the Logitech Harmony?
Yeah, it was a Logitech remote, but it wasn't like the Harmony with the screen and the whole goddamn thing. Like, that's the other thing. Like, do I really need to spend $150 on a remote control so that I can just turn everything on with one button?
I got to tell you, it's pretty sweet when it works.
Yeah.
Yes?
There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to.
There's no reason why I have to spend $150. That technology should be pretty much ready to go. Dude, if I can talk to a box sitting on my goddamn counter and say turn on my lights or do whatever the fuck or turn my thermostat down or order me a pizza or send me a fucking box set of Lemony Snicket books, I should be able to press one fucking button on a remote control and have my goddamn TV turn on.
You know what we should do for listeners? Technology consulting, technology labs. That's it, right? For listeners, technology labs. We come up with an interface that all TVs implement that you can register your own personal remote control that also implements that interface so that you can use whatever remote you want or already have to control that device. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. But the question
but am
is,
I wrong?
You're not wrong. You are absolutely.
That's where you say you're not wrong. You're just an asshole.
No. What I'm questioning is why this hasn't happened yet. Why do us three
they have
chuckleheads?
no motivation to, right? That plus, I mean, it's an industry that's been around for what, half a century? I don't know when the first remote control was invented, but they can't help but see the world in the way that they've seen it, right? They've started to make baby steps in the sense that I can, if I hook my TV up, one of my TVs up to my home network, I can talk to that TV through an app on my iPhone and then control it that way. But that's just I have to have an iPhone. There's no reason why I can't buy the new version of a Harmony or any other shitty ass remote control implementation that follows this standard that just lets me use it. I mean, similar to the way they do with the RF codes and all that stuff, or not the RF code. You know what I'm talking about? The manufacturer codes.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to do that, right? Like it should just literally link the two of them together, and then I can control any way I want through a radio frequency interface. Because I hate having to point the remote at the TV.
Right.
That's the worst.
Right.
My DirecTV remote, it can control the DirecTV with RF, so I can have my hands under the covers doing whatever it is that I'm doing down there, and fast forward and pause and change. I can do everything except turn the volume up or turn the volume down. Right? I got to pull the remote out from underneath the covers, point it at the TV, and then do that stuff. Who wants to do that? Even technology devices like the original Apple TVs, IR remotes that you have to point at the device. I'd like to just hide that stuff away in a cabinet so I never have to see it.
Right.
And I can just point the remote anywhere and it would work.
I agree with you. Wholeheartedly agree. Wholeheartedly. Z, you've had TiVos. You have lots of TiVos. Have you ever used the TiVo app as a remote control?
I have to now because my TiVo remote is broken. So I have to use there's one by a company I think it's called Peanut. Give me a second. Let me look up. Yeah, Peanut. That universal TiVo remote, and you connect it through your Wi-Fi if your TiVo's on the Wi-Fi.
Right. Well, so it's the same thing like the app on your phone because it's just sending commands through Wi-Fi to the TiVo box. Yeah,
the Roku does the same thing.
Yeah. So I used to like doing that when I was still married. I would fuck with my ex-wife all the time because she would be like, "Oh well, finally I get the remote." I'm like, "Go ahead, keep the remote, enjoy it." And then I would just fire up the app on my phone, and then I would just keep changing the channels on her. No, I don't want to watch this. What are you talking about? No,
That's funny.
I'm going to pull up the channel listings over here. Well, whoop, bloop. I'm just going to go off to something else.
I used to troll my kids like that, except they wouldn't know it was me, which is even funnier.
Yeah, right? What's going on with the TV, Dad? I don't know. Maybe you did something. Give me the remote back. You clearly don't know what you're doing with it.
It's because you stayed up too late last night and you didn't listen to your parents.
That's right.
Right. The elf on the shelf told Santa.
That's right. What do you guys think about the new Apple TV? Which one of you has it?
I have it.
Do you have the one that has like the little touch sensitive nub?
Yeah, it's Apple II. It's an Apple II TV.
So what do you think about that?
That I like. So that one's pretty cool. The remote is one of the most simplistic designs. It's only 6 buttons and a touchpad. And then it also has a microphone, and you actually have to plug it in. So it's got a USB charging, or not the fire charging port.
Yeah.
Firewire, what do you call that thing?
Thunderbolt or whatever the fuck.
Thunderbolt and lightning.
Very, very frightening.
Me. Yeah, so every now and then you have to it'll start blinking at you and say, "Hey, charge me." So you gotta plug it into the same jack as your iPhone.
So do you use the microphone? Because Amazon's doing that now. The new X1 platform, or whatever the hell Comcast has, you talk to it, right? The Amazon Fire Remote has the same thing where you talk to it and you'd play me this, and then it comes up. Do you use that kind of shit?
So I haven't, because most of the stuff I watch it's not the Apple TV I'm using. It's like all the third-party apps. So it's like Plex, and I don't know if Plex has it built in. I think it actually just came out and it actually is built in now. But no, it's just as easy to just type it out. Again, I don't know. Maybe I should try it again.
Ganthor, would you do something like that? Because I think the interface I mean, if the buttons aren't going to work, I think the interface will change to something a little bit more interactive. Would you use something like that?
I don't know. So with the Apple TV and the remote app on the iPhone, I think it's great for certain types of things like entering data, right? I hate having to scroll around the on-screen keyboard with a directional pad, right? I like to. So if you're not familiar, when you open up the remote app, you can control the Apple TV as if you were using the remote with up, down, left, right, select, menu, those types of buttons. But when a text entry box has the focus or whatever, the remote app will pop up the keyboard, and so you can just start typing, right?
On the iPhone.
Right, on the iPhone, and it enters it on the Apple TV.
Yeah, like
so that type of entry mechanism is great, but otherwise I prefer the directional stuff.
I don't think I've ever tried that. I'm going to have to check that out.
It's pretty like when you're searching Netflix, right? Like, or when you're entering a password, that's the fucking worst, right?
Yeah.
Because you got to select the lowercase keyboard, scroll around all those characters, select the uppercase keyboard, scroll around that, select the special characters keyboard, scroll around that. It's fucking horrible. So you can just do it on the keyboard.
So the idea behind the talk to your remote and have it do it is good, but I don't know. I haven't tried doing it really. Maybe I got to look into that.
I think we're going to get there. I mean, we're talking to every other goddamn thing at this point. So
I believe you can talk to Alexa and say computer now too.
yes, I just saw that today. You can talk to it like it's Star Trek now.
Yep.
Yeah, make it so.
Yeah.
That's
Well, this is also one of the things we talked about before is that my Apple TV should just be Siri now, right? I'm in my living room. I should just be, hey TV, play the latest episode of Real World.
Right.
Well, I'm all for it. Anything that makes it easier, I'm all for it. And I should be able, either from the smartphone or from whatever box is sitting on my counter or whatever it is, I should be able to just talk to something or very easily on my smartphone, pull something up and direct my entertainment center. Because you got to figure there's at least 3 or 4 devices all orchestrating your whole entertainment experience. It should all just be orchestrated and very simple.
I agree.
We're going to fix it, Ganthor?
It's getting there.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to make that Bluetooth profile or whatever. So you boop, connect them up, and then whatever.
All right, patent pending. All you people trying to steal his shit. Patent pending.
Our listeners, they agreed to an NDA, right?
That's right.
When they download the podcast.
That's right. Patent pending, don't steal our shit. All right, Ganthor, your turn.
Dude, remotes was my thing. What the fuck?
No, cake was your thing, fucknut.
No, you were supposed to do cake, Spear.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
dude.
said I like cake.
Oh, he did say that, but I've been thinking about remotes ever since last week. Fuck. Okay, fine.
I don't have any problems with cake. I fucking like cake.
Dude, I like cake too, but what I don't like is this ridiculous reality TV promoted super fancy pants Carlos Bakery cake.
Who's
Where they
Carlos?
Carlo, whatever, the guy from New York.
The cake boss?
Yeah, Cake Boss.
Cake
yeah.
boss.
You know what he does? He makes a cake, but it's like 5 feet wide by 7 feet long, and it's got water slides and theme park. Like, it's motorized and all that stuff. But it's like you look at that, and it's like that's not cake.
You're right.
It's not edible.
Right.
The cake, there's a square rectangular slab of like 20 cakes that are probably stale and terrible tasting, covered with 50 pounds of fondant, or however that's pronounced. And it's not even icing that tastes good, right? It's just this. How do you describe the texture, right? It's like Play-Doh,
Play-Doh.
right?
Yeah,
It's like Play-Doh that you
like.
can eat. I mean, I guess you can eat Play-Doh regularly because it's not toxic, but still.
Regular Play-Doh would probably actually taste better than fondant. Or what do they call it? Yeah.
It's hard, and you look at it and you're like, okay, I see this. It looks delicious. I want to enjoy, that icingness or at least make it sweet and delectable. But no, it's just like buying a theater wardrobe, right? When you look at it in the bright light from 30 rows back, it looks super fancy, right? But then when you get up there and you put it, and you try it, it's super threadbare and thin and cheap and shitty. And you're like, why would anybody ever want to wear this? Nobody would. It's the same thing with cake. You look at it, you're like, oh, that looks delicious. That looks so awesome. And then you take a bite and it's like, why would anybody want to eat this?
So
I have to scrape around it or whatever, and I don't even get icing. Right? Where's the icing?
that is the icing. The fondant is the icing.
It's
for all
not
intents and purposes.
icing.
I understand.
It doesn't taste like icing. That's my whole problem. I would have so much more respect if they could do an equivalent cake, right? One of those fancy pants things out of icing or something that tastes sweet and delicious and enjoyable.
Yeah, fondant you almost have to cut with like a knife. Like you should be able to, you should be able to eat your cake with just the side of your fork. You just kind of dip your fork in there and just get some cake.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But with fondant you almost have to you can't cut it with just a fork. You have to kind of like separate it with the knife. It's like that. So I agree with you on the you build this whole thing and it if it was made all with cake, it would be fantastic. It's like the Lego displays that I've seen that are all like,
right?
They're just
that
kind
are
of
done with all Lego, and it's not a Lego coating on wood or whatever.
Right. Which is what you get with these cakes, right? They're just metal frames, wrapped with that modeling sugar or whatever it is that they put on there.
Yeah, if you have to have a welder on staff to make a cake.
Yeah. I mean, use your okay. You could use fruit roll-ups, or you could kind of cook your own fruit roll-up and use that as a decorative coating, or you can figure out your own icing, or you can develop some other type of candy or confection that you can use to decorate this the way that you would use fondant. But that I would respect you for. But
I like it when they do a blown sugar.
I was about to say the same thing when they make
right?
that I love, and that's edible at least.
Yeah, it has a taste to it. I mean, you probably get sick of it after, but there should be a taste and it should be enjoyable. I shouldn't get my piece of cake and then scrape 90% of it off for some stupid, boring square of stale regular cake with no icing. Who wants that? Would you eat cake without icing?
Sometimes I'll eat cake without icing.
What?
But I mean, I want icing.
Yeah, everybody wants. That's the whole point of
Why
cake.
would you eat cake without icing?
Yeah, dude.
Well, isn't that what a muffin is?
No. Oh, no, absolutely not. No way.
What is different about a muffin?
Muffins are sweet.
And cake's not?
Cake's not sweet without icing, I don't think.
No.
Sure it is.
No. Cakes are sweet. Cakes are sweet.
Not sweet like muffins, not standalone.
Yes, they are. Cakes are sweet.
I challenge you to eat a cupcake without icing.
I could do it, but I wouldn't want to.
Right. Could you eat a muffin?
Just the top.
Like a chocolate chip muffin or something like that?
Any kind, you name the muffin, would you eat it?
No, I wouldn't eat a bran muffin.
No, well, forget bran muffin. Chocolate chip, blueberry.
You said name any muffin. I just named one.
Like your choice. Like, Spear, what do you want for dinner? You can pick anything. Oh, I pick bran muffin. Why would you do that? I don't know. It's shitty. You idiot.
I would choose a corn muffin. Certainly, I prefer a corn muffin that is a little sweeter than one that's just made with like cornmeal. A good corn muffin, like good cornbread, should have a little sweetness to it, whether it's honey or like there's sugar in the mix or whatever. I would agree with you there. But I think cake in and of itself is sweet. It's not just sweetness is not just reserved for muffins alone.
I'm just saying, if I make you a cupcake without icing, and I make you a muffin, you would eat the muffin in its entirety and be happy. If you ate the cupcake, you would be disgusted and you wouldn't want to finish it.
But I think that's
the difference between cake and muffin. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm conditioned to want icing with my cake.
I'm not saying that cake isn't good. I'm just saying between the two, like a muffin stands on its own, a cake doesn't stand without icing, regardless of conditioning. That's my opinion.
I agree. I would not eat a cake without icing. A cupcake without icing is like a beautiful day without sunshine.
What?
It's not beautiful if it doesn't have sunshine.
That's my
no
point.
Sense.
That's what I'm saying. A cake without icing makes no sense. I told you, I was tired, man. Maybe I'm not making any sense.
I don't know what's happening here. This was not supposed to be this kind of conversation.
What did we learn? This was the strangest friggin' show. What did we learn about, what was it, commercial toilet paper, remote controls, and cakes, Z-Man?
Spear is very focused when he's going to the bathroom, and he doesn't notice changes in his environment.
Yeah, dude, you're no nonsense. You don't enjoy the bathroom experience.
No,
properly.
I do not. Get in and get out. That's all. That's what I got going on. Ganthor, what'd you learn?
That everybody else is stupid, and 4 listeners would rule the world if people would just invest in our company.
That's right. 4 listeners, Tech Consulting. We need a new jingle. I'm going to come up with a jingle.
4 listeners For Listeners Labs.
For Listeners Labs. We're going to get a jingle. It's been a while since we've had a jingle, buddy.
As long as it doesn't frighten me, I'm okay.
All right, what did I learn? I learned that Z is fascinated by innovations in toilet paper. I learned that fondant doesn't taste good. And I learned that we, and only we, can solve the world's remote control problems. So if you want to help us fix remote controls, why don't you go ahead and let us know on the Facebook page, facebook.com/4listeners or 4listeners.com. You can check out the show on Stitcher Radio, on iTunes, or on Google Play. Just search for 4Listeners, and we'll pop right on up. And you can tweet at us on the Twitters at 4Listeners. We thank you for checking us out this week, and we hope that you will check us out again next week. Thanks a bunch, everybody.
You hear what we like out to feel your fault just like I stole your socks.
The wax paper protecto rings, a quality seat that doesn't wiggle or isn't loose.
We have, I agree with that. We have we have two different bathrooms we can use on our floor. One has nice, smooth toilet seats. The other one's got there's grooves in them or something. It's like ribbed. It's got texture to it. It's got texture in it. And
seat does?
Yeah, it's
that just sounds like a harbor for terrible, terrible butt diseases that can't be disinfected, right?
Yeah, it's not good. And then one of our bathrooms is really, really hot and really, really cold, and the other one's really, really cold. So it's depending on how you're feeling that day, you choose which bathroom to use. But if given the choice and the temperatures are equal, I choose the non-ribbed toilet seats.
Non-ribbed. Prefer the smoother entry.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.